Oh, we are live. Okay, good, good. Hello, Jody. Welcome in, welcome in. Beautiful day here. Let's give you a shot of my surroundings. I can't show you the mountain to the back here. Yes, Larata, Jethro Miller in the house. You can see the mountain through the trees there. Turned into a nice, beautiful sunny day. Oh, the sun is ready to set. I figured I'd get my filthy little farmer fingers a little filthier today. We're back under the hood of the 6-liter Powerstroke. Pulled the fuel rails off both sides. And just wanted to share both the progress and a little tips or tricks as the disassembly continues. Over in the trailer, these are the fuel rails that sit on top of the injectors. So these are called the nipple cups. So the high pressure diesel comes through this rail. So these are full of oil right now. It comes in through this tube, and this has got a snap to connect fitting. Very similar to like a air hose chuck for filling your tires in your car with an air compressor. So this little rubber or plastic sleeve just slips down, and then you pull this tube right out. So there's no fastener or nothing. There's another one down there, but I don't need to disassemble it. I don't really even think there's any seals to have to deal with on that thing. So I yanked this off. These were just, there's 8 fasteners for these ears. So this is for the passenger side. This is the driver's side. There's a special tool that you can get with like fingers that press this down, but I just used a screwdriver or something. No, the disassembly went real easy. It's just a matter of finding my tools in this disaster here. So moving boxes around and stuff. I mean, this is my go-to toolkit here. This has got the majority of everything I need, just a basic socket set, a few little odds and end tools in here. Welcome in, Justin, chairman of the board of the Larata Corporation. So yeah, those nipple cups I was showing you, he said nipple. These are the tops of the injectors. So those little tapered cups fit into the top of the injectors. I got a removed injector from the parts truck. So that's what that looks like. This one's all filthy. And so there's a seal on the top here that needs to be replaced, or I'm going to replace on all of these. And then I wanted to show you as well as, not a trick, but there's a tool you can purchase to remove the wiring harness out of the valve chassis here. So I've removed that one and the back one, and all the ones on the driver's side are removed. I wanted to show you how to do it without the special tool, but a tool that most people have is a 19mm socket. Because what this thing has, it just snaps. So these tabs just need to be squeezed together. And I actually had another tool I made out of, I forget, it was 3/4 or 1-inch copper tubing. I can't find it. I might have chucked it out, but you just, I don't know if you saw that or heard that click, but you just press down on the top of that plastic clip. And then you can basically just, I don't know if you saw, but from top and bottom, just wiggle it out. It's free. I'll show you that one more time. On this one, you heard that little click. Yeah, I don't know if I shot that probably, but I just pushed down on this, and then those little clippies release, and then you just push it from the top, move it from the bottom, no special tools needed. And then I was talking the other day about removing them suckers. It looked easy because it is easy. So sometimes you can overthink stuff. I want to get a shot of an easy one to remove. I think we'll remove number 2 here. So we're just, what we've got is this scenario here. There's a number 40 Torx that we're going to loosen off. This clip is all that's holding that injector in place. And then it's got rubber seals keeping it tight. May these emotes never die. Hallelujah, brother. So I've got my 3/8 ratchet and had this all ready to go. Here we go, number 40 Torx. Extension. Should not take too much to break it loose. I might need a longer extension. No, that'll work. It's loosened off. Let's see if we can remove the rest by finger pressure alone. Where did I strip that thing? Forget how long those screws are. And as you can see, the injector is starting to push its way out on its own. The crown scam? You figured it out? Who's number 1? So we're just going to pull the whole thing out together. And there you go. So we are going to be reusing these, so we're going to be a little more careful with these than the ones I took out of the parts truck. But all these injectors were working, so I'm not worried that the injectors themselves are in need of rebuilding. I'm just spilling out the oil that was in the top of that little cup there. But we're going to be replacing all those seals at the top. I'm just going to see it, because that is a potential place for leaks as well. My understanding was there were 2 injectors that were replaced at some point. So I want to ensure that I've got factory Ford injectors and not aftermarkets. So this one I think is an Alliance Power injector. And the reason I say that is this one has a red top, the factory one has a black top. So this one would have been rebuilt. most likely. But we're gonna see what we find. If we find any that aren't Ford original, I can't quite. There's another red one. Oh, these ones are all red. Maybe. Oh, and there's a gray one over there. I'll have to do some research, see which. That one's got a gray top, and then the two at the back have red tops. So maybe, okay, it looks like these two were replaced. Or no, this one, this is 2468 on the driver's side, 2468 cylinder. And on the passenger side, it's 1357. You remember that? On the Ford diesels, the passenger is odd. So if you're driving and there's someone sitting next to you, they're odd. That's an odd person. So the passenger is odd on the Fords. On the diesels anyway. Some go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, depending on your cylinder numbering. But on this one, it's 2468 on the driver's side, 1357 on the passenger. So that's about all I'm going to do today. You saw how quick it is to remove an injector, so I'm just going to do them one at a time. And the parts truck got delayed this morning. Apparently the road was closed coming into town here because we got significant snow in the last little while. Got to get back to work. Well, thanks for dropping by there, Tag. We shall see you again real soon. So I'm going to stick this guy. Is this a clean pail? I think that's a clean pail. There. We'll just put that injector to live in there overnight. Everything else can stay here. I'm not going to put all these tools away because they're fine. They're fine right here. There's not going to be much to do under here. So rather than, I'm not working on any other projects. So it's not like I need those tools put back where they need to go. Typically, I'm pretty fanatical about putting all my tools back at the end of the day, but exactly where they're supposed to go, at least in my socket set. It's a pain when you're looking for something, you can't find it, but there's no other mechanical work being done. And here's the former Saint Wassa, Saint of Rock. I've decided I'm just gonna take that crown from you, so I'm gonna be asking around, see who's got some rock around here, and we're gonna rock your world. How's that sound, buddy? So forget about that sainthood bullshit. Ain't happening. You're looking at Saint right here. I'll be the Saint of Rock, patron saint of rock and Powerstrokes. So we'll close that up and close the hood, and we're done. So I was just fiddling around out here for about an hour. It's pretty mild right now. I'm not really seeing the comments, but a few of them I'm catching as they fly by. We'll go have a smoke right away. Finish the closing of the hood here. Oh yeah, I wanted to prop the hood up. leave it open a crack. So I'd actually pinched my air hose here a little bit, so I hope it didn't get crushed. All right, let's clean off these filthy farmer fingers and go smoke something. Some cracks. Who's got some cracks? Y'all bring your cracks with you? Okay, oh, most important part, Dr. Pepper's got to come with me. Max, where are you? You coming inside? Come on. Come on. Let's go. Turn some lights on in here. Oh, how's everybody doing today? The cat's been whining as if cat's all sore at something. My pussy is sore. Oh, my pussy is so sore. I don't know why, but that thing is so sore. All right, I'll get the other phone going. I could probably get some shots up on here. Take the jacket off. I gotta start playing with some of my microphones and shit. Get some better sound quality out. How is the sound on these streams? Is it not bad or kind of shit? I want to know. Let's see who's here. Let's see who's causing trouble. Oh, my sore pussy. Yeah, what seems to be the issue, my friend? All right, let's see some shadows here. Shout out to Slash with Bow. Amen. There's all kinds of stuff here. All kinds of shit talking in the chat here. Live in the heart of the Rust Belt. None of that stuff ever wants to come apart. Well, if you're getting rust under your valve covers, then I don't know what to tell you, bro. We use a lot of salt on our roads up here in Canada, so it's a problem too. Has Chow ever been heard from? Once him and Mitch broke up, Chow was never the same again. Yes, I noticed that. Oh, points and jewels. If you're on the app and you go into the shorts live, you have an opportunity to give those gay jewels away. I remember that gay guy, that one streamer, Direct D. He was collecting those gay jewels, I think. A jewels is equal to 1 cent. So there you go. When I was flipping around, I caught some drama on Generally Specific, so I tuned into D, see what's happening. The gang broke up, so no more GS and Direct D and no more Killamilla. So Killamilla is now doing his own thing, or what? I know GS and Ruff were bitch slapping each other like this girl fight or something. But I don't know. Tag back to work. YouTube streets are mean as yeah. Let's see. Rico charges are first for Justin. Well, you knew that, right? Everyone leave this live in 3 minutes and come to mine. Yeah, if you want something to fall asleep to, like if you rather than take a sleep aid, go over to What's the Matter U's channel. You guys say Ink was supposed to be coming, he can help. Well, just send him on up. You can pick up my parts, save me some time. It's all shift on your screen. Yep. Justin is number 4. I have no idea what that means. How is What's the Matter You got the number 1 crown? He shows up late, talks nothing but crap, and he gets rewarded for that. What's the Matter You? My friend had a camp in the I keep saying it. He calls it What's the Matau. So, my apologies. Sorry, not sorry for calling you What's the Matter You instead of What's the Matau. 0. What's the Matau 0? My friend had a camp in the Allegheny National Forest that was right under the 2,700 acres of old growth. All kinds of weird stories from there. There you go, walk around Allegheny there, What's the Matau. All the bolts on the engine, doesn't matter where they are, constant salt spray, the winter growth. Well, that's why they made car washes. And when I was on the farm, it was a lot of gravel roads. So there was a lot of dust that would build up in there, and that could be a little corrosive. I really wanted to get more into the oil under treatment on this truck, just to protect against the effects of rust and oxidation of the ferrous metals that go into the steel, namely iron. Just taking my wet boots off. You guys want to go outside now? Okay, get out of here. Get out of here. All right, they're just bluffing. All right. Now they're just playing mind games with me. Like, why do you keep looking at the door, buddy? You can go out if you want. I'm not going out. So yeah, on YouTube of all places, I saw a formula for rust coating I wanted to try. And you could really do a variation on this. I think fluid film is a popular one, but it's pretty pricey. At least it is up here. The fluid film penetrant protectant is made with actually a product that comes from sheep, lanolin oil. But the one I saw that I liked is you take PB Blaster, or no, yeah, I think it was PB Blaster, and you buy it in the pail. And to that you add, so I think it was like, formula was like 1 gallon of PB Blaster, and then 1 liter of, or 1 quart of automatic transmission fluid, because that has some good penetrants and cleansers in it, and then like a cup of dish soap. Something like Palmolive, or like one of those like green clear ones, like I would. And the dish soap gets that stuff to stick to the metal, and those penetrants will soak into the metal, and then over time you get grit and grime that sticks to your oil undercoating, and that locks in the penetrant. And so it's kind of, you do this fall and spring, and you give it a good cleaning. Like say you start in the fall, keep washing, you know, through the winter time if you can, you know, your undercarriage and everything. But then you give it a treatment in the fall, and then again in the spring, and then drive it through the summer, and then with what's left after the summer, whatever dirt and debris, you spray over that. And then over time you get this kind of sludge, but it actually prevents rust. And so a guy did a somewhat of a demonstration experiment to show on his vehicle that he was on a newer vehicle, like a 2020 or newer. This was a couple of years back, mind you, too. So he had been doing the oil undercoating, and he lived in a very corrosive environment, Rust Belt type conditions. And then like by the end of the second year, you know, he kind of scraped away with his finger, and you could see the metal was very well preserved. So I want to get into a rotation or a routine of doing that. I just didn't have time because I was mostly traveling this fall, and then in the spring I get it. And the way you apply that undercoating, it's messy. Like, I'll give you that. If you have a lift, I mean, you can get under there and spray it, but you put it in one of those weed sprayer, those kinds you pump, like for spraying weeds. Put some Roundup or 2,4-D or whatever nasty stuff you kill your weeds with. But you could also buy nozzles that you could reach like into different body parts. You pull all the drain hole plugs, like in your doors and the body frames. There's little rubber plugs, and you spray that stuff in there so it protects your body panels, your frame, everywhere you can see that might be susceptible to corrosion and oxidation. You get that stuff in there, and over time it really has a way of lengthening the life of your steel and your vehicles. Because yeah, I hate working on vehicles that are you're just fighting with them because nothing wants to come apart. And what I like about that oil undercoating, rather than say Rock Guard or something you spray on there, well, that Rock Guard, it actually traps moisture in there. So unless you remove every speck of rust, you're just trapping the rust under that Rock Guard that you spray, and that rust is going to continue to grow. Whereas the oil undercoating, it's safe on like CV axle boots and rubber parts, and you can spray it on your steering components. It's not going to hurt nothing. But yeah, that rock. I've seen vehicles with rock art and they look good, but it's like you don't know what's underneath there, and why. Was that sprayed as a preventative measure when the guy first bought the thing, or was the rust getting out of hand and it just now looks pretty because it's nice and black underneath? When you look underneath the vehicle, it looks nice and black, but who knows how good the integrity of that steel frame actually is. So that's just my thoughts on that kind of stuff. Used transmission fluid. Yeah, used transmission fluid is fine too. I keep all that used automatic transmission fluid because just for that purpose. If you're working on small engines, you got a piston seized up, just pour some used automatic transmission fluid on top of the piston. It'll eventually seep its way down to the rings so that you can crank it over. If you got a stuck valve or something, because if you're overhauling a small engine, at that point you're gonna clean it all out anyway. So it doesn't matter if you're using dirty-ish automatic transmission fluid. And typically the gross stuff you don't want, the particulate, will sink to the bottom. So you just kind of pour the good stuff off the top and reuse it. It's real handy to have around the shop. Absolutely. Yeah, sort of old school farmer, but I watch a lot of YouTube too, and so I'm a YouTube mechanic. Everything I know I learned from YouTube. Not everything. Plenty enough. YouTube is a good resource. So, what's the matter? You cracking? Cracking some silly jokes? Is he being funny? Is he trying to be funny? Alright, so not even too dirty. Just a little bit of running. Fingernails aren't even that grody. I'd pick my nose with those fingers. I'd fondle my pussy with those fingers. So there you have it. Old school farmer foolishness. What's the other project I'm undertaking? I was going hard at psyching myself up to become a better guitar player, so I found a good YouTube course. What's it called here? We're watching a few of these. It's called Absolutely Understand Guitar Lessons and Theory. So it's like these 1 hour videos. Some of it's review. Like I've got a background music. I can read sheet music. I can read the notation. But this guy is a very good teacher. Lays it out very simply, and for guitar in particular, it's understanding the fretboard, which has always been mysterious to me. And it's already, just after a couple of these 1 hour online video lessons, it's already starting to make more sense to me. And the totality of his material is, I don't know, about 30 lessons or something. I can't even remember. So, play him at 1.5 times speed. And by the end of the week, I should have his material done and can work through some stuff. because this project of let's turn this one off and this one on. There. I even get blinded by that light. Look at that control work on the camera work. Isn't that fantastic? Isn't that awesome? I've got a gimbal. I should be using a gimbal. Huh. Took a bit to get that going. Hopefully soak these cigarettes in water before selling them or what. I'm not going to put the link to the lessons, but what do I call it? Absolutely understand guitar. Got some stuff to do. We'll check back in later. Yeah, this isn't going to be a long stream. I just wanted to show you guys what's happened with the old Powerstroke there. And what else has been going on YouTube? Not much. What's the matter? You had a brutal stream last night. I don't know what we were supposed to take away from that. Maybe you can fill us in. That was a bit of a shit show. Like, don't you have a house that you can stream from? Like, you're walking around the neighborhood, coming in and out of cell signal and dropping the stream and coming back. It's a little difficult to follow. So whatever. What? Maybe you can fill us in. And Mr. Osgood wants to hook up with you, so I don't know if he has an email or you could. You got an email. You have an email posted on your channel. What's a Matau? Not what's about you. What's a Matau? Do you use email? Or have you found a way to make sock accounts without emails? Mr. Osgood wants to connect with you. So if you're up for that, find a way to email him or you email. Get him your email. Apparently, he's ready to do some hominin research with you in Portland. He wants to sit at the feet of the master. Well, that's about it. It's 3:30 here. Thinking about some supper, some dinner. I was asleep by like 8 o'clock last night. Oh yeah, follow up. Remember we did the burrito challenge or something? You don't want to stream from the house? You gotta move your feet? Well, get a treadmill or something. So we did the burrito challenge, and this was one of the ingredients, these pork poofs, bacon poofs. And so there's still a few left in the bottom. And so this morning I took Max for a walk. I did a little bit of laundry. Was kind of just scouring around the neighborhood. And came back here and was getting a little peckish, so I decided to Tweaker Wiener Wednesday. No wieners here, so we're not doing the wiener challenge, or we're not going to try any more Ruff's recipes. Wasamatau@gmail.com. Nick, Nick, you, cocoon, or hominin relict. Are you just smashing random keys on your keyboard there? That's nonsense. What is that? Whatever. Yeah, no more rough recipes. But I was snacking on these. Just, and then, boom, I was out. I had to take a nap. So if you're having trouble sleeping, do the pork rinds or watch a Wasamau live stream. These will knock you right out. I think that's why those burritos. I was worried, like why am I eating these burritos and then I gotta sleep for like 16 hours. So I think we found out what the issue is. So yeah, we won't be trying Spam with macaroni and cheese. We won't be doing hot dogs with scrambled eggs. Yeah, I'm done with tweaker cuisine. I'll just eat what I eat, which is pretty tweaky as well. Me see you, you see me. That is so. Might have used the word gay. Brandon Mitchell. Yes, sir. Live long and prosper. Smoke long and prosper. Cheers to you, my friend. Oh yeah, I saw Freeman yesterday. That's what I was watching. I saw some of you guys scowling in there. Nanu. Was that the same Nanu? I thought that was something different. I forget. It's been a while since Mork and Mindy was on the air. Me see you, you see me. All right, I'll let him know at Gmail. Yeah, I don't know what. I haven't nanu'd in a while. Friends in Code was doing something live this morning, but I missed it. But yeah, Freeman was being a pest yesterday to some piggers. And that's about it. There's not much going on. I guess the highway was closed here because of the snowfall, recent snowfall. And like it shocks me how quiet this town is. Like I went out this morning at 7:30ish. Like I was up at 5, and I was just pounding back the coffees this morning. So by 7:30, I was kind of looking for something to do, and went outside, and it was just like dead silence. Like the highway is less than a quarter mile from me. Like no car like I couldn't hear any traffic noise. There was nobody in the RV park stirring, not even a mouse. Like just dead silence. I mean, I thought things were quiet and peaceful on the farm, but by 7:30 in the morning, there's traffic going down the road. Somebody's pulling a piece of equipment behind their tractor. The sheep are bleating. The cows are mooing. The roosters are all like the hens are all cackling. Like it just staggers me what a sleepy place this is. It's like dead still silence. Like in a way, it's peaceful, but like it's just. Does anybody do anything around here? Yeah, if I come to your live streams, all I'm gonna do is spam ACDC in the chat. What's the matter with you? So I have nothing to say, but I'm just gonna ladder spam the ACDC. So don't even try to read my comments. It's just that's all you're gonna see. ACDC over and over and over. But yeah, it's like borderline creepy, eerie. What's wrong with ACDC? I don't know. What's the matter with you? Thinks. Like there weren't even any tweakers shuffling around town doing these shitty ass live streams. Like it was just silence. And everybody, yeah, I know what that silence means. A town full of pretty deadbeats here. Like there were no birds, no squirrels, no nothing. And it's not because of squatches we're moving in. It's quiet like that, like all the time. But like I said, by 7:30 in the morning, you'd think there'd be people going to work or something. Maybe nobody works here. I don't know. It's just wild. And as you can tell, I'm preparing for my mid-afternoon nap. So we successfully triggered once I'm out and spurred out here. Now, in a sense, I agree with you. I'm not a huge fan of the Brian Johnson era, which was from 1980 and onward to this present day. Yeah, I'm the very large predator. I'm the alpha predator here. And get back to ACDC. I am a big fan of the Bon Scott years. Bon Scott could turn a phrase. His lyrics were brilliantly, sublimely humorous, provocative, dirty, in a way that they could still get mass airplay on radio and build a huge following. And at the time of his death in 1979, they were essentially the biggest rock act around. And as far as Angus, I mean, he's a blues guitarist. So it is more than just three chords. And a lot of heavy rock, not crack rock, but rock and roll, hard rock. Yeah, it can be pretty simplistic musically, not terribly sophisticated. Even to take what I'm learning, well, I'm definitely the alpha predator. If I see something, I'll just kill it and eat it. Love that bag of pork rinds. Bacon poofs. Forget the cheesy poofs. We don't do cheesy poofs, we do bacon poofs here. See, the different chords that get used in music convey different emotion and provoke emotional responses. So it could be that the fans of hard rock are not interested in feeling emotions other than kind of the exciting emotions you get from the power chords. So this is where an appreciation for jazz and other forms of music, the way Scotty, the guitar teacher, puts it, when asked, how would you define jazz? Well, it's just more of everything musically. More chords, more modes, more scales, more ability, more talent. So it's kind of up there on the same level as classical music. So yeah, the limitation of I guess popular music is adapting to what the listener wants and what the record labels of old wanted to promote. So yeah, I would agree that there's maybe a limitation in what you hear on the radio on your hard rock radio stations, in that they're kind of limiting what gets promoted. So, but that's not limited to AC/DC. People, the example I use is Tom Petty, a huge, successful American popular music artist, but like super simple melodies, super simple lyrical themes, super simple chords. Like, I don't know what the appeal was, but he was no virtuoso in any way. And so yeah, it's difficult to find the virtuosos in the hard rock world, but I like that music too. Like, that's what I grew up on. That's what stirs me up. And that power chord, the riffs, but it is very simplistic. And again, that's not limited to the offerings provided by AC/DC alone. I would say across the board, until you get into bands like Primus that are doing some really funky, elaborate stuff. John McLaughlin. There's some. This is where prog comes in. So if Mike number one stumbles in, he might have something to say about this. But prog kind of explores a lot of that virtuosity. Like the band Rush, Neil Peart, with the drumming and just a mind for music. Some other examples: ELP, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Keith Emerson, just phenomenal on the keyboard as far as innovating and just taking things in directions that are very exploratory. And so rock and roll music is not terribly exploratory. It's a formula that works, makes money, or it did make money. I don't know if there's any money in music anymore. Like, the whole music landscape has changed as far as marketing and how you make money. So it's a different game. So I have a nostalgia, and I still can't get my head to think of being a music artist nowadays. Like how would you make a living doing it? Like it's the formula in the old days was get a contract, the label gives you some cash to make a record. Remember records or a CD, and then you tour to promote that, and you sell merch, and that was the grind. And the Doors suck. Yeah, I agree. There's not much to that. I don't know. Jim Morrison was called the American poet, but I'm not a huge Doors fan. Not a huge Rush fan. I can recognize what others like, but yeah, I was never a big Rush fan either. I just used them as an example. You know what? Just blowing cold air again. So please we'll shut that off. You don't need to listen to that fan. But where were we going with that? Making music or making music and then making money while making music nowadays, unless your name happens to be Taylor Swift or Katy Perry. I mean, I don't, and you're just everybody's saturated with who and what you are because that's all that you get. Like the success of Taylor Swift kind of doesn't make any sense to me. Like how did she become like a billionaire rock artist or performing artist? Like I don't know. It seems a little scammy. So as much as the music industry was a scam back in the day, it's even scammier now. So I kind of I'm just exploring my musical directions with the realization it's not going to translate into any kind of monetary benefits. Mostly just for my own pleasure and satisfaction. So. Well, yeah, the Doors. I don't know. Back when I was like 16, I thought they were pretty edgy. But, I never particularly liked Jim Morrison's voice. Some of the songs were just disturbing. Maybe okay, so disturbing is provoking an emotional response. Credit to him there, but overall, the Doors are not an act that I would list in my top 100. So yeah, I mean, that's about it. I'm just kind of rambling on and on talking stuff I know nothing about. What else is going on? We're on January 7th here. What plans do I got for the rest of the week? Well, we'll continue on with the Powerstroke project. Tomorrow my parts should be in. Start resealing those injectors and reinstall those, test for air leaks again. I have a feeling there might be an air leak at the high pressure oil pump, so that'll be a big job. But I can reseal everything that I've got taken apart and then carry on with the rest of the disassembly, if that's the case, with the valve covers back on, so I don't get a bunch of shit all down there. And then I got my transmission filters. We'll be tackling that project. It's supposed to get really mild here, like in the 50s, like by the weekend. So we're also supposed to get rain. So we'll see how it all pans out. I'm not in any particular rush to get it all done. I have nowhere to go. So I'm just here, just existing. So I just live to appease that creature and that creature. So, and have a couple of laughs while doing it. So. Well, I'd say that's about it. So are you going live, Melissa Mattel? Are you gonna grace us with your online presence again? Or has your live stream career taken a pause? What say you? Let's see what's going on here. Tweakers. Tweaking. Tweakers be tweaking, yeah? Let's see. Yeah. What have we got here? Oh, that's pretty tweaky. All right. So let's wind this sucker down. I think the Surgeon General needs to be notified of the deleterious side effects of bacon poof consumption. So consume with caution is my advisory. And if you got some rocks, smoke them. If you don't got rocks, what do we got here? Next part of talk on human evolution, myth, and existence of hominins. Just not scheduling it. Oh, so, all right. Building the tension. I like it. Get some audience anticipation. So we'll just be hungering for that new content. Whereas with me, I'll just hit play and go live whenever I friggin' well feel like it. So you miss a stream, you miss a lot. What else we got going? My life is so dull. So. What else is there to share? Not too much. It's 4 o'clock here. I should give my buddy a call back home in the prairies. Haven't talked to him in a while. So we'll let you guys go about your day. We'll see you back on the YouTubes at some future time, maybe tomorrow. If maybe I'll do a quick little tutorial on resealing those injectors or something. I'll see if I can set up something. See, that was a nice whistle. Nice sibilant S. Can't even recreate that. That just get that sibilant S happening. Even got the cat's attention. Why is this tweaker whistling at me? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm gonna smoke moon rock. All right, good. All right, so thanks for coming. Thanks for leaving. We'll catch you on the next one.